Try to show them the way. No one seems to understand.
All those crazy people always walking into stuff on their phone. I know I've done that a few times, so I can't blame them. But hello and welcome to tonight's edition of Ludi.0. Tonight's edition will feature digital natives and digital immigrants. Digital natives are continuing to use social media as a means to communicate and feel as part of a community, while digital immigrants are anxious about digital natives' online use and have trouble relating due to their lack of knowledge of most social media. The solution is to increase media literacy among adults, as well as teach teenagers the danger of using social media or misusing it. It will include a video breakdown of Facebook, a quick video I got for you guys, and I will show a few examples of anxious teens and anxious adults about their social media use. And, to keep going here, teens have always strived to be the most popular in school, whether it's keeping in contact with their friends as much as possible, whether that's through phone calls, always being with them on the weekends, or, even writing a nice letter to your friend, Digital natives in today's society are on social media in an effort to, stay in contact with each other. Twitter or Facebook is today's bowling alley or movie theater for teens to hang out and talk to each other. Dana Boyd points out in her book, It's Complicated, The Social Lives of Network Teens. Through the early 2000s, being connected online became the social norms for teens or digital natives. Teens can be viewed as addicted to their cell phones or computers when the only reason they're using them is to talk to their friends. An example of this would be a 16-year-old girl from Iowa. Heather, I got her on stage over here. We were just talking a little bit earlier. She explains that she uses Facebook as a means to keep in contact with distant friends or, between school, track, and her job, not a ton of time to always be with their friends, and she can always just pull out her phone and talk to them, which is the main reason she uses it. And, Dana Boyd points out in her book, teens are more focused on what it means to be in public, while adults are more focused on what it means to be networked. And I think that perfectly explains the difference of the views on social media. But Logan, your parents and grandparents are using social media. How can you say there's a difference? How can you say they don't know what they're doing? Yeah, trust me, I know my mom uses social media because she enjoys my parties just as much as I do, and my grandma has poked me 10 times this week. I'm not sure why she's doing that. But when's the last time I used Facebook besides for this class? Let me check. All right, scrolling. Hold on one second, sorry. Oh, yeah, April of last year. Oh, cool. So I've used, Facebook a ton this year. But, I want to just cut to a video here about adults' use of Facebook really quick. So video breakdown quick.
I was just sitting home, just minding my own business, looking at the internet with a cup of tea and biscuit, when suddenly my cup of tea was emptying all over me. I froze, staring at the screen that was open right in front of me, cause when you log in, the last thing that you want to discover is that you've got a friend request off your mother. The parents, they're all on Facebook, they're taking over everywhere you look. Writing consistently in capitals, posting pictures of animals, spotting all your grammaticals, trying to teach you a valuable life lesson through a Comic Sans quote on a sunset, poking everyone without fully understanding the concept. No, Dad, this isn't a search engine, and you've just typed, who Miley Cyrus? That's not even a sentence.
So it's true, adults are on Facebook now. But is this still what natives think is cool? Ask, most natives whether Facebook's cool or not. More are going to say no than you think. And for example, this infamous article, Teenagers' View on Social Media by Andrew Watts, a 19-year-old from the University of Texas, states that, yes, we all got Facebook in middle school, so many people have Facebook, but it's like an old family dinner party that you just can't seem to get rid of. And, this is one teen's opinion of Facebook, but he's merely speaking of his experience as a teen as a whole. And also, a survey by the Wall Street Journal states that they took a survey of American teens and found that Instagram was the most popular social site for 33% of teens. In second place was Twitter with 20%, and third place was Snapchat with 19%. And this survey has been conducted twice a year for the past 15 years, and Facebook came in fourth in their latest survey. And while teens are starting to migrate to different social media outlets, the reason for them being on social media stays the same, to communicate. And adults have always been concerned with their children's social life. Social media continues these concerns because a different type of social life, only it's even worse because they can't see it. They can't physically see their friends. And Dana Boyd discusses the reason for parents' concern is the fact that social media for today's teens is their public life, which parents have always, like I said, always been worried about. And parents' lack of understanding of social media only supplements these concerns. And as stated in a New York Post article named "Should Parents Really Worry About Their Kids Online?" it states parental anxiety about children's time online results from other misperceptions as well, including about how we teens think about social media. This is explaining parents' lack of use of social media only makes their concern grow. And now I'm not saying the solution is for our parents to grab their Snapchat and become best friends with us, but I'm just saying that the fact that you're on Facebook doesn't mean that the problem's getting solved. And one solution to the gap between the younger digital natives and digital immigrants is media literacy. Media literacy is the ability to access, evaluate, and create media. For digital natives, this is what we learn by growing up every day with the technology at our disposal, and schools are continuing to incorporate social media into classrooms, which needs to continue. And they're also, teaching us about cyberbullying, the effects of it, and sexual predators online, and what we should look out for, which is awesome. But for digital immigrants, they don't have quite the head start that we did. But, it's not too late. Like I stated before, more and more digital immigrants are using social media. And, through programs like the Media Literacy Program, which hosts programs, seminars, and trainings on different types of media, there are plenty of opportunities for digital immigrants to learn. Another example would be the Age Concerned Downcaster, where they took older volunteers from World War II and they taught them how to put World War II images into Microsoft PowerPoint, publisher files, as well as Movie Maker. And now I'm not saying this is going to be easy or just going to happen overnight. It's going to take work by digital immigrants as well as digital natives, but I 100% think this is possible. The internet is here to stay for the foreseeable future. Digital immigrants continue to learn how to use social media every day, and media literacy programs are key to continuing their education, as well as about teen social media use. And teens will continue to communicate through different such apps, such as Snapchat, Twitter, Instagram, maybe one that I haven't even heard of yet. But digital natives and digital immigrants continue to learn about social media every day. And while they may never be best friends on Snapchat or the first like on Instagram, I believe one day we'll have a common understanding between each other and be on the same page going forward.
Bye.